Hello everybody, it's been a long time since I've done one of these, well really any video that I actually intended to upload. So very interesting to be back doing this. Never been good at making these brief, but I'm gonna try my best. And I'm here for a very special reason. We started Vikingcraft back up again. We're all the way at season 10. Actually, this, believe it or not, is Vikingcraft's 10th anniversary. Not today, but this year. And I think that's huge. But that's not going to be the focus of this video. I just wanted to share that 10 years ago, I started this server as a 14-year-old. That is incredible to me. I've met all kinds of people, and even my friends that I know personally, that I see who live here, I became much better friends because of Minecraft. But enough about that. I'll probably end up making a whole separate video as a tribute to Vikingcraft. But we're here on this. This is 1.20. You can see I have a mini-map. There's 2 client-side mods I have because, well, they make things so much easier. The mini-map, I'm pretty directionally challenged, so the waypoints were really the main reason I wanted the mini-map. The other one is called Schematica, and it just allows me to place or download schematics of builds and project them onto the world. It just makes building a lot easier. But this is where we spawned. This really nice cherry blossom biome. There's really annoying powdered snow up there. But the cherry blossoms all around us are nice. So this land was slightly terraformed, I believe, by Micah, because this is Micah's unfinished build. But what is very nice is the food here. Fun fact, you can, if you mine crops with a pick, I think so. It seems to be no, that gave me a lot. 37. Maybe I think I'm just making stuff up. This whole time, I thought fortune applied to crops. Although I am getting like 6 at a time sometimes, versus 3, 4. I'm already failing, by the way. I said I was going to try and make things brief. That's just how easily I get sidetracked. Anyway, it is very nice to, I mean, that's a lot of potatoes. But they might not give the most saturation ever, but it's a pretty reliable food source. So, all of Micah's build is not finished. The farms are very nice. We've gone through some changes. Well, one, the previous world, which we haven't really played on forever anyway, was never supposed to reset. That was the goal. But yeah, here we are on a new world, and I'm kind of glad for that because I wanted a fresh start, especially in 1.20, where things are pretty fresh for me. Like, I found new life in this game just because I haven't really paid attention to Minecraft updates in a long time. So, I've been having a really good time. I can tell you that this is the most fun I've had in a while playing vanilla Minecraft. There's a new game rule where you can set how many players are required to sleep, which is also really cool. The reason I really love this world is because it's so mountainous. I wish that the server render distance could be higher, but it's gonna cause lag if it is. But like, if you could see for a while, just being up here on these mountains that are pretty hard to traverse, which is why you're gonna see bridges a lot. It's just pretty. I wanted to just make this a quick tour, kind of, and I'm already gone about 5 minutes, so lovely, great start. Anyway, I quickly claimed this mountain top because I wanted to build some sort of tower up here, and I did. I just finished it last night. I spent a lot of time on this, actually, and it took a lot of resources, but I am very pleased with how it turned out. And that's the benefit of the Schematica mod, because I'm an okay builder, don't get me wrong, but I could never build this I could never just pull this out of my ass. Like, I did add a couple of things, and I completely changed the block palette to I don't think either of these, well, definitely not I've been building out of cherry blossom wood, just amazing. But and actually a lot of people have. Anyway, again, that's why these videos go like double the length I want them to go, because I just can't control myself. I just go off on tangents. Deep slate. I don't think deep slate was a thing when this schematic was made, so I changed up some of the blocks, and I think they go very well together. And it perfectly fits in the surroundings. I just love it. I added this part at the very bottom to add some color, because the base is just this dark block, which is fine. There's not really anything inside yet. I just finished it. Like, I literally just finished the build, so I have a couple plans for this room. I don't necessarily have any plans for any other floor right now, but I'm sure at some point I will. The bottom's just gonna be wide chests, basically, everything I need. Yeah, it took a long time to build this, that's for sure. Yeah, I really wish that their resistance was higher, because you get a pretty nice view up here. Which, I added these doors because I can't let a view like this go to waste, even though this is not a proper balcony, it's just the roof. I'd like to find a way to make doors on these other sides, but that's interesting. I will turn this on real quick because I want you all to see what it looks like when the schematic is on. This isn't a bad example because I've already finished this, but you can see how, well, any block that's placed is highlighted in this reddish color. Any block this is not a real block right here. There's not really a torch here. This is where the torch is replaced in the original build. And anything that's like just pink like that is something that wasn't a part of the original build, so you can kind of see a couple places where I changed some things up. The blocks, if the blocks are different, they're not going to look any different. Like, for example, that was originally birch, and it's cherry blossom now. I kept a couple of the birch because I like this like strawberry shortcake looking color pattern. But yeah, it's hard to see anything when the schematic is on. I could move this, and I will actually just show you all an idea. Now I can finally, since this is done, I don't really need this, but yeah. So like, this is the original build placed down, and I go through and just place blocks where it looks like there are blocks to place. It's simultaneously very straightforward and complicated because, like, it's just confusing sometimes. Like, I can't see anything in here because these are solid blocks, and also it gets hard to know sometimes which blocks are placed. That's another reason I like to change the color palette up. I no longer need this schematic at all, though. So, because it's done. This stuff I'm gonna move because I want to set up like a little courtyard area in front of here, and I want to, this is where all my stuff is, I want to move it in there, and I want to move the portal to like here, and I want to build a bridge. Right, we've had this bridge since like probably day 1 or 2, and it's definitely not visually pleasing. It's just functional, and it has served its purpose very well. But I would like to tear that down and build an actual bridge. We already have one there that needs to be modified a little bit, I think, because, well, I don't think that cobblestone's supposed to still be there, and I want to tear this down because it's kind of in the way. I have some little dock thing I made down there. This was like the first or second day I made that, and it's because I was so tired of going up and down this mountain, and I just wanted that staircase. Nowadays, I don't even really go down there, so it's kind of pointless. And the staircase, again, functional, not very visually pleasing. But the first couple of days were just about exploring and exploring and exploring, so I just needed something quick and easy. Down here's Reed's spawn base. So right now we have a world border that's 3,000 by 3,000. So really we can't get super far away from spawn. I mean, 3,000's pretty far for sure, don't get me wrong, but in the past we would have people who would go like hundreds of thousands of blocks, and that's not really the case anymore. So this is, I think I like it. The world is big enough for me, at least for right now. When the game updates, will expand a little bit and new terrain will open up. It's partially to preserve the terrain and partially, I think, to keep people from going super far away and encouraging collaboration, really. There's an XP farm down there. The nether's through here. Yeah, I know Reed has another place set up. I'm not gonna, actually, you know what, I'll go there. Why not? I will pause the video though in between traveling because, like, especially this one's pretty far. So through the power of editing, I am here. So I haven't actually been here in a while. I don't know if he's changed anything, but you can see we're pretty high up. Actually, that's really pretty. I might have to see if that one's taken. I haven't actually, all things considered, done that much exploring, so I'm sure there's similar. Well, that was a lapse in judgment. I was not even not even paying attention there, clearly. So yeah, we're gonna power of editing this one more time. Well, luckily I fell. Well, shit. That's actually really unfortunate because I bet most of my stuff fell down there. I was gonna say luckily I fell right next to the entrance. I'm not entirely sure. Okay. The problem is if I go way down there and it's not down there, that stuff's gonna despawn for sure. So, ooh, I don't want to die again. That would be really okay. I'm struggling here. I just need to find my stuff before it despawns, because I have a really nice. Yeah, it's got to be down there. A really nice fortune pick. So, bear with me, basically. It's gotta be about straight down. I don't know where else it could be because there's no way it despawned. Actually, why don't I leave that? Well, that's promising. I was gonna say there's XP there. As long as I got my pick, I was happy because that's really the only super valuable thing I have on me. I'd like my potatoes though. That would be nice. I know beggars can't be choosers and all, but like my only source of food. I said like they're somehow way over there. Okay. So yeah, fun times. I'm gonna mine this coal real quick while I'm here. I don't even remember what I was saying. I've only been here once. I think what I was saying before I, just walked off a cliff. So I don't know that it's changed at all. There's more coal down there. Oh no. Whatever. Oh, what? Wait, what? What? Oh, whatever. Oh my gosh, I don't have any blocks. Yeah, I'm gonna just power up edit. Well, I was going to, mine up or build up or whatever, but I kind of thought that he wouldn't want me fucking up the mountain. So I kind of just dug up and placed the dirt back. Anyway, I'm back at the top. So, observatory. It doesn't look much different from the last time I was here. So he was probably doing other things, or has been doing other things since that point. But this detour has become a rather long detour, and that's okay. That skulk might be new. I like that a lot. I don't remember that the first time. It looks galaxy-like, so that was probably the intention. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Yeah, I didn't come in here or I don't remember this part. That's like exactly what I wanted to do with. I have an axolotl that I haven't done anything with. So I was actually thinking about making like a floor aquarium. Okay, I guess yeah, it's not done. But the skulk is I would have never thought about using it, but it works for sure. So this is another thing that really could benefit from the server render distance not being so low. But again, there's not a ton we can do about that. Maybe once in a while we can raise it just temporarily, just for visual purposes. Like I really would like to get some shaders now that I have a better PC and just see what things. Oh, that's what happened. That's crazy. Alright. I'm gonna power editing back home. Why is it called nether quartz when it's not like there's an overworld quartz? Like, we don't call it overworld iron. So it's just odd that they decided to call it nether quartz. That implies that at one point either they intended to or still intend to add quartz to the overworld. Never really thought about it. Anyway, here's Ben's place. I wanted to stop here because it was along the way. I don't want to waste a trip. He's done a lot of work on it in this whole past weekend, really. So I wanted to show it off some. Just a really nice looking build, and a lot of wood. So I can't even imagine. I'm gonna make it day because I don't want to die again. But yeah, nice place. And good eye for detail. But yeah, this would have taken a long time. between the lanterns, the wood. There's a lot of resources to be using up. I mean, I can relate because I did the that tower that spawned. That's a lot of cows also. And a lot of lava being generated. It just has a lot here. Ooh, cherry logs. Anyway, here's the inside. Really nice looking. I'm not sure. I think this was his, like, design. It looks really nice. I'm not sure what all these suits of armor are. I guess just... oh, shit. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. And see how long it takes him to notice. That looks nice. No loft upstairs. So yeah, it's Ben's place. I'm gonna power of editing again. Okay. The portal in Reed's links to this one because the portals weren't super linked up or whatever. I've been messing around with nether portals quite a bit because I actually was able to glitch onto the roof of the nether and start a portal system up there, which is super convenient, saves a lot of time. So I've been portal traveling a lot and just putting down portals on the roof to places where I know it'll spawn a portal and just fast traveling. Very nice. I'll show that pretty soon. But anyway, I wanted to stop here because the portal leads to Noah's house, which is right across from my little fortress slash castle thingy. You can see the pink is in on this server. And this is a pretty nice house too. I actually have not fully explored this house, so this will kind of be a first. I don't know why. And I also... Noah has not really been on a lot because he went back to school, so this might be his legacy, or at least for now. I'm sure he'll come back to it. This is to Barbie Land, apparently. I love the pink. I'm glad that that stuff got... oh my gosh. I need to just be very careful today because apparently I'm very clumsy, which, you know, what's new, but especially today. Okay, I'm getting real tired of the pause feature on this. I mean, I haven't really used a hotkey for it, but because I've been moving around playing while recording and pressing that hotkey, it's, I think, registering multiple keys at once. That's a separate combination that would serve as a different hotkey. Long story short, I keep accidentally thinking I unpause it by pressing a button on my keyboard, when in reality I didn't. So that's the second time I believe I've recorded a whole segment, and I'm glad I noticed it before long because I wasn't planning on pausing it again. All that... oh, what I was saying before, I thought it's really cool to be on the roof here because, as you all probably know, in the nether, the distance is an eighth that of the overworld. So what you're seeing up here, and it's way clearer when you're on the roof because it's just flat terrain. There's no obstacles to go over or anything, which makes it convenient. But you can see right here, this is like a representation of where things are in the overworld. Because I've been in this area so many times, I could visualize it. Like, normally I would have had to walk down the mountain all the way over to this area. And when it's in here in the nether, it's an eighth the distance. And like Chris's house, which we were just at. This is where the portals are in the overworld. And you can see that when I go back through. I'll show you. There it is. Right there. All the way over there is where my house is. And it might not look like a big distance, but in a world like this that's super mountainous, yeah, that saves a lot of time in the long run. So that's why I wanted to get that roof nether portal system set up as quickly as I could. So this is Chris's house. You can see the pink again, and he mixed in some mangrove with it, which I haven't seen. I have been to an ancient city, and it's one of my favorite features in the game, especially as of late. Like, they outdid themselves on that. It might have taken a long time to get that update out, but the music's fantastic, the atmosphere is fantastic, it's challenging, it's different. They need to add more stuff like that, for sure. But I haven't been to a mangrove yet. That's one of the new features I haven't seen, and I realize it's not even new, it's not from 1.20. So that's Chris's. I'm gonna go break off to Chloe's real quick. So you can see if that's the distance there, I have to walk a tiny bit to get to this one. So you can imagine 8 times that distance in the overworld is what we had to do multiple times. So like, it saves so much time to have these portals up here. You can't even see any of that from right here. It's 700 blocks away from here. So yeah. Chloe has a Gregory. Ooh, there's 3 Gregorys now. One of them's out though. Just Chloe's, more pink, which is great again. There's a lot of cherry blossom here, like in this world in general. Not as much when you go farther out, but actually maybe I think she must have brought these here, now that I think about it. Because those are the only ones. I like that this bridge is very simple, but like it has one hell of a view. So like, again, a sample of the mountains in this world. They're amazing. And that's the back side of the cherry blossom that you could see right at spawn, across from my mountain. So that kind of gives you an idea of where we are. But yeah, the ancient city that, oh, there it is. Yeah, there's a city, a new city right there, and then there's another ancient city not too far from there. So we got really lucky with that. But yeah, Chloe used the deep slate, which I like. Of course, you can tell I'm a fan of deep slate. And then yeah, just a quaint little home. So that's Chloe's. As far as I can, well, I know Alton is a place somewhere. I don't really know where, actually. I don't think I've ever been there. And then I think that's it. I have other portals set up. Like, I went far enough away to where I would spawn close to the world border. And made a portal, and then dug to a diamond level and moved the portal there. So I have like a strip mine far away that I know hasn't been touched, which I like. I like the idea of going through terrain I know is unexplored. Okay, so this is one of my favorite projects, the slums. So actually it would be, I can't believe I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna go from the overworld because you just have to see it to know what I'm talking about. The slums are basically, I mean, what it sounds like, a Jeep looking place, but everything's going to be made out of dirt and oak wood and just very, very basic blocks. So keeping that in mind, and really we don't have much of a plan. So like, we're just kind of free building and doing whatever, and whatever turns up, or however it turns out, it turns out. Yeah, so look at that. I love being able to see that. That's the only benefit of having the server render distance be as low as it is, because it looks very dramatic. That right there, you'll see it, it'll come more and more into view. That would be the CN Tower in Toronto. I built it out of dirt and oak, wood, and fences instead of glass. And fence posts, there won't be any glass. You won't find any glass in the slums. That's too high quality. So if you see fence posts, that generally replaces glass. But yeah, that's the first thing I built here. I'm pretty happy with it. It's fun. It was a lot of fun for sure. This monstrosity was put up in a night, and that's because Noah and Chris were gathering resources for me the entire time when I was just building, so I really didn't have to stop building. That right there used to be covered in dirt. That's where all that dirt went. Right there. Eventually I had, really just a couple of days ago, I had the idea, once I got that nether thing set up, I kept putting portals down until I spawned somewhere with a lot of grass and dirt. And so there's somewhere far away that's going to be, it should be a waypoint actually. That's weird, actually. It's far. Oh, there it is. Yeah, almost pretty close to the world border, actually. There's a huge plains biome. It's far enough away to where no one's gonna miss the dirt, and I don't have to tear up the terrain of the little city that we're building. So it works. But here's a for a lot of them. What I've been doing is like that, especially these two. Actually, or the only one so far, but I would get a schematic of something. In that case, I got the tower. In this case, it was a modern house, and I would just build it out of dirt and replace the glass with fences. So it's very straightforward, but a lot of fun to see what it looks like in the end. So it's a pretty unique project where I don't have to really care if it looks that amazing or not, because really the goal is for it to not look amazing. I mean, it can look impressive like that, for sure. But obviously, this isn't going to win any building contest. Neither is this. For this modern house, you have to, there's no stairs up to the second floor. You have to come outside and go up. And then only then will you reach the second floor. I like that there's grass up here. It's a very organic place to live, really. Okay, and look at that nice skylight that you get. So that's the main. Those two are the main attractions. But Chris has been working on spreading Skulk. Skulk is slowly spreading through the slums. There's 2 patches of it right now. So you can see that I have a pretty good amount of dirt for future builds. Chris has been building up some things too. This will be the mayor once I build some sort of town hall. This is a lot of these other builds that you see are just literally, I would just build things, and however it turned out is how it turned out. I didn't really plan anything out. So like, they're pretty unique builds because they're not really planned, and they're not designed to look good. That's a really derpy looking thing. This right here is one of the most high quality places in the slums. It's a kind of like a high-rise living type of place. It even has a painting and it has a bed. And for the slums, that's pretty luxurious. So very nice. And this place is the penthouse. It even has a balcony. That's Thomas's house. Since he hasn't been on since the first, I don't know exactly when, the first week at least, we decided to make his house the entrance to the slums, and I even put the portal in his house. So, yeah, here's the slums prison. It serves a function, and that function is it stores this boy, the Mentic villager, Professor Poopy Pants. You can probably move another villager in here at some point. I probably will, just to at least populate this place. Over here are more of what you would expect in the slums. I'm not gonna go all the way up there, but it goes up pretty high, as you can see. It took a while, don't get me wrong, but we did it in the night, which I think is pretty impressive. I think that this skull patch is new. I might be wrong. But here's some real slummy houses. It's definitely come along. Here's you have to parkour to get up top of this one. And I guess there'll be a stone town area of the, or district of the slums. Roomy, spacious. Well, this video's already gone on 40 minutes, which, to be fair, a tour of the whole server, while there isn't a ton yet, a tour of the server in 40 minutes for me is pretty damn impressive. So, I think I'm gonna end it here. I'll be periodically, I'm not gonna like do regular recordings of this server, but I'll periodically make update videos like this. I feel like just to document the progress, because this season has been going way smoother and has had a lot more interest than any other one. So see you in the next one.